Hello guys, welcome back to Tony Guys, it's Jacob here, and today I want to talk about something that is affecting every student probably in the UK right now, and that is Covid-19. As a student myself, I feel as though students have kind of been left in the dark at the moment, confused, and have no idea what to do, because at the moment everyone, you and me, we're just sat at home trying to take in what is happening in the world right now and to kind of think, okay, how do I do my degree, or how do I move on with my degree? Because life doesn't just stop now that there's a pandemic going on. Life moves forward, and obviously we have work. I have assignments. I had to do an exam the other day at home, an exam that the time was moved down because we had to do it at home to obviously stop cheating, but because it was moved down, that would cause a lot of stress on our students. I'm not bitching, I'm not moaning, but it is what it is. People have to kind of amend their policies to fit the situation, and I totally get that. Students, I feel a lot of distress from students lately due to the fact that COVID-19 has been happening, and I can definitely feel sort of a distrust between students and their university bodies. I don't know if you guys have seen, but lately it's been travelling around Facebook and other social media that Cambridge University is not doing any face-to-face lectures in their 20 to 21 academic year, and I think that is crazy. Not to expect money of students, but also not giving them the opportunity to have face-to-face lectures. Oxford University is supposed to be one of the best universities in England, and to offer something like that isn't progressive, I don't like it. I can understand they want to keep students safe, but also if they're expecting to do something like that, I feel as though they should give a lot more back to university students. At the moment, in current standards, my University of Worcester, they are offering face-to-face lectures next year, which is great. Like, that's what you pay for, that's what you need. And a lot of students, even this year, are graduating without having to have a proper graduation. This is a degree that you have worked for over 4 to 5 years, well, 3 to 5 years, even longer for some students, and you don't get a proper graduation. I can understand that, and I can see the stress that students have. I can see the anger, I can see why students are angry because of what's going on. Obviously, it's not the university's fault, it's not the government's fault. It's the card we've been dealt, and it's the card that we have to try our best to deal with. A lot of universities have obviously handled things differently, and my opinion on some universities aren't the best. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've seen how universities have handled different situations. Only recently has Worcester flooded. We've had a flood, we've had strikes, and now we've had this. A lot of our current first years in University of Worcester have called for a refund because they were stopped going to lectures because of the Worcester flood. They were stopped going to lectures because of some strikes, and stopped going to lectures because of this outbreak. Do I agree with some of these students? Maybe. I mean, I don't know how I'd feel if I was in their same position. If I had had no face-to-face lectures, no actual academic teaching or learning for a year, and the course that I am paying up to £9,000 for a year, I would feel like that money's gone to waste. A lot of students already feel that they're paying £9,000 for a PowerPoint presentation, but imagine paying £9,000 for a PowerPoint presentation. You have to do it at home on your computer. They could do it in bed. I can understand why people are angry. And I don't want to understand why people are angry, because I think university is an amazing progressive thing to do, and I can understand why they ask for money for it. Obviously they have to pay their lecturers, they have to pay people to clean the university, to manage accommodation, but I can still understand why students are angry. That's the crazy thing. COVID-19 affects us all, and it affects healthcare students a lot. Healthcare students, we were on the front line for a while, and who knows, we were probably on the front line before this outbreak was even a thing, like before people even noticed that the outbreak was in the UK. I mean, I remember back in December when loads of people were really ill. My own brother was really ill, And who knows, like, a lot of students were out there, and a lot of students are out there now, and on the front line, a lot of nurses, midwives, paramedics, we're out there on the front line, getting paid for it, I can agree with, but it's hard, it's difficult. The perspective I'm speaking from is my own personal perspective. I feel as though my university has handled things very well with things that are given. They've allowed people who are living on site, on campus, to move out and have had refunds for their accommodations. Obviously, when I lived on accommodation, I had to pay per term for my accommodation for that term, and students who aren't there for that term have had a refund for that, and I think that's great. University of Worcester has been brilliant for that, and they've also offered nurses that have already moved out to move back in onto on-site managed accommodation to do that. I feel like it's really good. I did have another point. It is quite difficult, the things that everyone are going through right now. People are having to do assignments at home, people are having to do exams at home. I've had to do an exam at home, and it's hard to manage all that. You, as a student, or as a student looking on to go to a course, you're probably thinking, what do I do now? How do I visit universities that I may want to go to? How is my new first year going to be managed? I can understand why you're scared. I'd be scared if I was going into first year and all this is going on. I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do. But my advice would be just stick at it. Covid-19 affects us all, and it's a hard situation to go through. And yeah, I've said "and" a lot now. But it's one of those things that no one could have predicted and no one could have prepared for. Universities could have handled this better. Cambridge University is a very sore sense of mind at the moment with students, and I feel as though students are angry. All we want is an answer from someone higher up, a straight answer. And if we don't get that, then who knows? Students just want to be told what's happening. We pay £9,000 up to 50 grand for our course, and for us not to be told what's happening, I can understand where the anger is coming from. Maybe that anger has been pointed at the wrong person sometimes, but who knows? I need a drink. It's sad. It's sad to see universities so quiet. A university is a place of acceptance and somewhere where a lot of students have found themselves, especially if you move away from university. People who have come from other countries to come to university in England have come here, have made that massive jump to come here, and for all this to be going on, it's hard, especially to have no answers. And I think that's the main reason for this video. COVID-19 for a student in quarantine is hard. We don't know what to do. Being expected to do assignments and to go through learning outcomes without having very good communication with your tutors. Obviously, every student knows it's much better to communicate with your tutor when they're in front of you instead of email, because that tutor may have up to 200 emails a day. They're not going to get to your email straight away, and a lot of students feel as though they've been pushed to the back of a line. It's stressful. No one really knows what to do, and it's hard. And I've said that so many times. I think I might as well put a fucking count on how many times I've said hard in this bloody video. But it is. A student in quarantine who is supposed to be at university doing assignments and going through assignment guides and learning outcomes without having resources like a library that you can look at the book in front of you. Luckily, my university offers an online resource that I can get library books online, and I think that's great. I don't know about other universities, but yeah, but obviously not everyone is going to have MacBooks and laptops, and they're not going to have that resource to use, and I feel as though they're missing out. Yeah, I've bit my tongue a lot about this COVID-19. Over the last couple of videos, I haven't wanted to comment on it, but the other day, obviously, I did see that Cambridge weren't offering face-to-face lectures, and I don't know, it angered me. But yeah, if you guys have any advice for possible students going into first year, or even myself going into a third year, please give it. Leave it down in the comment section down below, and yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys. If you think my background is kind of different, I went home. Oh, I hope you like my guitar. But yeah, I went home. Thankfully, I needed to come home. But yeah, if you did like this video, like and subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions. And don't be afraid to ask me kind of any questions on any sort of social media, Instagram, Twitter, Instagram again. I'm just going through mine and Kyle's social medias. But yeah, stay safe, guys, and yeah, that's it really. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Like, subscribe, and yeah.